I don't think there should be criminalisation of something that is used for medicinal purposes. It's obviously very beneficial to people, particularly those suffering from MS, and I think we should be adult and grown up about it as a society and decriminalise.
Decriminalise just for medicinal use?
Yes, indeed.
Not for recreational use?
I think we should have a look at drugs policy as a whole, but I wouldn't advocate that at this stage. I do think there's a case for looking at drugs policy.
You know, the war on drugs, fuck it. You legalize marijuana, take all the money and put it into great mental health facilities in this country.
Resources.
Let's make
for
a direct...
these families,
a direct thing. We're legalizing marijuana tomorrow, putting a tax on it, and that tax goes to building these incredible mental health facilities where we can, I don't want to say lock up, but we can detain and help people.
Caroline Lucas, you had a motion in the House of Commons about this, didn't you, today?
I did. There was a debate this afternoon, and it went through. And the motion, basically, in front of Parliament was asking the government to do a review of our own Misuse of Drugs Act, which was basically a piece of law put in place back in 1971. It's never been reviewed since then, and yet we get lots of evidence that it's not doing the job of protecting people to the best extent possible. So I very much welcome this report from the Home Office. It's been held up for quite some time. I think there was some fights within government as to what exactly it was going to say. But I think that finding, this key finding, that there isn't a correlation between the level of punitiveness and people's propensity to take drugs, really does give us an open door to be able to look again at whether or not our current drug system is protecting people.
Just looking again, do you actually want to repeal the law on various drugs or all drugs, saying there shouldn't be a criminal offence to own them, possess them, or trade in them?
I want an evidence-based approach, a step-by-step approach, looking at the evidence. I think, from the evidence that I've looked at, that, for example, the decriminalisation of the personal use of drugs would be a good place to start. I think that the evidence from Portugal, for example, suggests that that was very successful. It's led to halving of people dying from heroin. It's led to a reduction of people taking heroin. It's led to more people going into treatment. I think it's really important that addiction is treated as a health issue rather than as a criminal one. I really worry that many young people are ending up with criminal records simply for the possession when they haven't done anything worse than that. So I think we need to be realistic. It's clear that prohibition isn't deterring people from experimenting with drugs. If we want to have a starting point, as I think we do, which is about reducing the harms associated with experimenting with drugs, then it seems to me that we need to have that kind of evidence-based approach.
Snoop Dogg did a Reddit AMA, and he answered some questions about his marijuana use. You know, Snoop Dogg has been very open about his pot use. Another person asked him, do you believe in the taxation of Mary Jane with legalization, or would you prefer to see it have little or no taxes? And what I love his answer, legalize it, and if it means tax it, then do it. And I totally agree with that. If we should tax it the same way that we do with alcohol. It'll increase revenue for states. It's in my opinion, a no-brainer. And also, a real point that I want to make about this is, if he's not lying, if he's actually smoking 81 blunts a day, can we really have an argument about how pot is more dangerous than alcohol?
You'd be dead if you drank the equivalent.
If you drank the equivalent, so let's say you're having 81 shots a day, you're gonna die. You're gonna die, right?
Probably saying I smoke so much, 81 a day. You know, it's just to say it.
Nice.
That's just my assessment.
But I do believe that he smokes a ton of pot. I mean, and so it still proves the point that smoking pot is not, I mean, it obviously isn't going to have the same health risks as drinking as much alcohol.
In that you're not dead.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna get high, high, high with the music on. Say bye, 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 till the night is gone.
Your problem getting back into the United States, are you?
Well, I hope not. I jolly well hope not.
Somebody shot you.
Who shot you?
I've no idea.
Who shot you in the church?
I've no idea. Do you have trouble getting through the customs here?
Oh, wasn't good stuff.
Oh, no, get out of here.
Hey, can we get one thing straight? That whatever you think and whatever you think I've done, this, I'm telling you, this substance, cannabis, is a whole lot less harmful than rum punch, whiskey, nicotine, and glue, all of which are perfectly legal.
What about your children? What about your children?
I would like to see it decriminalised, because I don't think in the privacy of my own room I was doing anyone any harm whatsoever.